Hello, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a new series of our Oils and Fat webinar. Good afternoon, Gehrman. How are you doing today?
Hey Maria, good to see you. Yeah, very good. Busy with the market report that I'll publish after the webinar because a lot of things happened. Also, we've been doing some of the S&D estimates on our side. Yeah, quite busy day, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice that we had yesterday the day off in the Netherlands. Today is a Tuesday. It's a bit of a different one after the
Exactly.
after the long weekend. But yeah, very happy to be here again. We had several topics that we want to cover today, from the stressful Middle East peace negotiations that are going on, but also updates on German biofuel regulations, different S&D updates, El Nino discussions as well, and more. So let's kick off. Let's kick off now. I also want to remind everybody that if you guys have questions, you can use the chat here in the webinar. We will try to reply all the questions, of course. If we can't because of time, feel free also to reach out to us after, to your customer success manager, or in the Oils and Fat community WhatsApp chat, where Gehrman is also quite active. But if we start, maybe it's also good to kick things off with the updates, right, on the Middle East situation. It would be great if you, Gehrman, can update us on what's happening and what's the impact on vegetable oil complex.
Yeah, exactly. So we now share updates pretty much in every report and every bi-weekly webinar, and also on the oils chat, because it's one of the it's, I think, the largest factor driving the volatility in the veg oil markets now. So I'm going to open Brent crude oil price. Yeah, and as you can see, uh, different headlines around the peace negotiations between the US and Iran. They've been driving prices down. Especially, there were some pieces, and I mean, not just news pieces, but also official announcements by the Iran government that they are going to open the Strait of Hormuz during the time of the ceasefire, but then they basically said that they're not going to do that anymore because the US is breaking the terms of the ceasefire. So a lot of different announcements, and as you can see, where we're now back at the previous high levels, basically. So this is, for example, let me see which contract it is. So it's June contract for Brent, and it's around almost 109. And I think today I've seen prices going above 112. Let's see what will be the closing levels. But basically, because peace negotiations are not going well, they've been difficult, and markets become worried because the passage through the Strait of Hormuz is basically not possible at the moment, practically. I mean, at least not for many vessels. And this all comes amid various biofuel policy changes in Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, in the US as well. So I would say, of course, this rebound in the Brent crude oil price was definitely supportive for the vegetable oils, if we look at the week-over-week levels, basically. Yeah, but where we are now is basically, same story. The US and Iran, they're trying to negotiate a peace deal, but because it's going far from smoothly, the markets become worried, and that's where you see the risk premium increasing in the Brent crude oil price, and vegetable oil prices going higher.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, thanks for those insights. Sorry. Regarding biofuels, I heard that Germany has finally voted on the adoption of Red 3. Do you have any updates?
Yes, of course. And what was interesting to see for me first thing in the morning after the longer weekend is the motif price, of course, for the rapeseed, which shows you a very interesting movement. So yeah, quite a jump, as you can see.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, as you rightly pointed out, Germany finally voted on the adoption of the RED 3 biodiesel biofuel policy updates. And I would say the most relevant updates for the veg oils markets include the end to the double counting of advanced biofuels in Germany. So what it means that biofuels made from certain types of raw materials were previously counted twice towards the obligations in Germany. So you needed, let's say, twice as less volumes to meet your obligations. Whereas now this rule cannot be applied anymore. So this means higher physical volumes are needed to basically meet your obligations. And Germany is the largest biofuels biodiesel producer and consumer in Europe. So it's very big factor for the producers and suppliers of the rapeseed oil, because it's one of the key feedstocks in Germany, and because the biofuel production will likely increase because of these new rules. This practically means probably higher demand for rapeseed oil. Another important update was that ban on palm waste derived fuels from 2027. So basically POMI. Of course, everybody pretty much expected it, but this is one of the waste feedstocks coming out of the Southeast Asia, used for the biofuel production in Europe. And Germany says that starting 2027, you cannot use this raw material anymore. So again, less feedstock available for production. And then, finally, I think the crop cap was increased from 4.9% to 4.4% to 4.9%, and then will increase slowly to 5.8% by 2033. So this means that more vegetable oil can be used for biofuel production. So as you can see, various pieces of this biofuel policy update contributed to the increase in motif and rapeseed oil price, just because the markets see it as higher rapeseed oil demand now from the biofuel sector in Germany.
Yeah. Okay, and all this also comes in the middle of quite a strong crash and lower imports of rapeseed into the EU, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point in the sense that we now have higher demand for rapeseed oil from the biofuel sector, but because the crush already has been very active in the EU, and the first quarter crushing volumes were very strong, and also imports of rapeseed oil were quite high, for example, from Ukraine into Europe, which is unusual. The supply of rapeseed oil is now very good. So it's basically starting from the beginning of the season up until now, it's around 8.7 versus 8.3 same time in the previous season. However, if we say, okay, the supply is good, why the prices are supposed to be strong? But the prices are supposed to be strong because the strong rapeseed oil supply is coming from imports of rapeseed oil, right? So you have to pay not just for the seed, which is the usual situation in the EU, but for oil. So you have to pay more, right? And secondly, there has been quite a drain of rapeseed stocks within the EU because of the active crush. So the amount of seeds available now are much lower than it used to be. So I think now, based on our estimate, it's around 4.3 million metric tons of rapeseed ending stocks in Europe at the end of March versus 5.5, let's say, a few years average. Yeah. So that's why we hear from, for example, I heard today from one crusher that everybody feels a bit of a shortage of rapeseed closer to the end of the season. So that's why I think, you made a good comment that higher biofuel demand is coming amid, let's say, kind of short stocks in the EU closer to the end of the season.
Interesting. That's an interesting one. And then we also should watch for so a lot of different things. We should also watch for updates on Australian and Canadian planting, right? And maybe assess also the actual size of the European rapeseed crop.
Yes.
How is the situation in sunflower market?
Yeah, exactly. Just before we go to the sunflower market, indeed, you made the good comment on the EU rapeseed. So people are kind of now between, let's say, the expectation of high biofuel demand now and a bit of a short stocks at the end of the season, but also everybody expects very good rapeseed production in the coming year, right? Including in the EU and Canada and Australia that are currently planting canola, right? So, but that's where people are, let's say, stuck between those two opposite factors, right? So people are expecting very good supply of the seed, but at the moment in Europe, the supply of the seed itself is not abundant, whereas the supply of rapeseed oil is quite comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And moving to the sunflower market, basically, I need to show FOBS exports price. I think dashboard workspace. So basically, as you can see, as we discussed in the beginning, Brent crude oil price rebounded and it helped soybean oil, and then in turn it helped sunflower oil, as I'm showing now. So prices are higher week over week. And when it comes to fundamentals and some of the estimates that we've done on our side, the situation in Europe still remains tight when it comes to sunflower oil and sunflower seed supply. I'm talking about what's happening right now. So even though market participants expect Argentinian flows to bring some relief to the market, we still see the accumulated supply of rapeseed oil, so which includes local production and imports. We still see this accumulated supply behind previous years. So for example, now we calculated that accumulated supply of sunflower oil in the EU is around 3.3 million metric tons versus 3.75, let's say a few years average. And the situation with sunflower seed stocks is similar, that stocks at the moment are at around 3.1 versus 4 in a normal under normal conditions. So based on these numbers, we can get a sense that sunflower oil supply and sunflower seed supply in the EU is still tight. However, Argentina is trying to fill the void by exporting mainly sunflower to Europe and sunflower oil, for example, to the Asian markets. However, the concerning thing for many people that quite a few cargoes that arrived from Argentina, they were considered to be non-suitable for the food consumption because of the pesticides levels, only for biodiesel. So that's why, quite some people got worried if Argentina will actually be able to help with the sunflower balance relief. I think Argentina will be able to help, but maybe not to the extent that people were expecting, at least in the food sector. So that's what we need to watch for.
Okay. So how is production for next season looking?
That what we just discussed was basically what's going on right now. And for the next season, basically the production is expected to increase by around 5 or 6 million metric tons globally. So based on the forecast by Oil World or Strategy Grains, because of the more active planting, expanded planting areas in the Black Sea and Argentina. So, for example, if we talk about the EU specifically, the harvest is expected to be around 9.6 million metric tons, which is about 1.2 million metric tons above this season. So already much better picture. And what's important now to watch is the Black Sea, of course, because the planting is ongoing now. The Black Sea is entering the planting period, and Romania, Turkey, Ukraine, Russia, they all actively planting now. And it will be very important to see if these forecasts that I just named, larger numbers for the next season, if they will be confirmed based on the planting. Yeah. So we need to see how much actually farmers plant, and when they finish, we need to see if the forecast for the production change, basically. But so far, so good. Similar to the rapeseed, the expectation is that there will be very good availability of sunflower next season, basically.
Better than last year.
Better than like this season, basically. Yeah. This season is very tough.
Yeah, we have a question, which says, any news on the EUDR? Do you think the current macro factors could delay it?
How many delays did we have, Maria? 2?
2 years in a row.
Yeah, 2 year delays. I haven't heard anything specific, to be very honest. I think I just read bureaucratic stuff. Oh, there is this committee set up, these documents signed, but nothing specific, I would say, unless the situation.
Anyways, all the news regarding the EUDR, it's now a bit like it's come at the end of the year, because if it starts in January, right? So I remember from the last 2 years has always been around November, October, December, last minute, that they come with a whole document and explanation on why they postpone it. So I would expect also a bit more information later this year about that, probably.
Indeed, could be. I got your point, Marmoon, that oil crisis, etc., inflation, everything gets more expensive. But I don't see any indications or signals that EUDR could be postponed, not at the moment.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, and also Gehrman for the insights. Okay, interesting. Then we need to see whether, also going back to we were talking about sunflower, right? I also wanted to say that we also need to watch if Argentina volumes indeed manage to offset the impact of lower Black Sea supply. It seems like also potentially Black Sea countries might also export more into the second part of this year. So that's good to know. Thanks for that. Maybe now we can also move into palm oil, Gehrman, to also cover that a bit. What's the situation in that?
Yes, let me share some nice palm oil benchmark. Let's use maybe RSPO this time, which I think quite some of our customers like using. Let me put 1 month. Okay. Okay. These are the forward prices. All right, and then let me move to a different widget. I think RSPO we still need to update after the longer weekend. I can see they're still as of Friday last week. So let's maybe do our typical BMD CPO. But the trajectory basically in the RSPO will be similar, of course, to the BMD. So as you can see, compared to the previous week, prices increased only a little bit. And that was mainly, I would say, the limiting factor, because other vegetable oils, they were growing because of the brand, and palm oil didn't show the same growth. I would say the limiting factor for the palm oil was let's say, expectations of a bearish balance for the Malaysian palm oil in April, because what we currently see dropping exports from Malaysia and quite good-looking production for April. I think MPOA published 17.5 increase in the first 20 days of April compared to the first 20 days in March for Malaysian palm oil production. So, and that's based on these two, people expect basically flat or maybe slightly higher ending stocks of palm oil in Malaysia, and that's what currently keeping the lead on the prices. Let's say any growth, but I think if Brent crude oil either continues increasing or let's say stays at around 110, so basically stays at higher levels, I think palm oil will be able to grow a bit more because of it. But we need to see again what will be the news related to the peace negotiations, etc., etc. What will be the Brent reaction? In the near term, it could be very volatile.
Okay, thanks for the insights. We also have a new question now in the chat from Enzo, which says, we are talking about good crops for season 26-27. I think he means sunflower, if planted areas will be confirmed, but do we expect any effect on yields and thus also final production if fertilizer costs stay at current high level of price and lower availability on the market?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Thank you, Enzo. Yes, I would say it would be reasonable to say that lower availability of fertilizers and higher prices for those, it's highly likely that those can impact the yields. Yes, of course. What's interesting to read now on various crop reports that farmers try to shift, for example, from grains to oil seeds, because grains are more fertilized, they require more fertilizers to be applied, and oil seeds require less fertilizers. So that's why I guess the planting area under oil seeds could be expanded a bit more than were initially anticipated. But indeed, this could be a bit offset by the lower yields, but we will need to see basically by how much indeed the planting areas grow and by how much yields suffer. So at the end of the day, one can offset the other. But so far, I think the expectation that planting area will be big enough to give at least a little bit of a growth in production despite lower yields. Yeah, but this is, I would say, a reasonable risk to take into account indeed.
Good, thanks. And okay, wait, we have a new one. Do you believe EU Black Sea farmers' fertilizer were not covered for this crop war?
I think we need to ask our colleague Justine. She, I think, does a bit of fertilizer. She doesn't do reports, but I think she looks into those. So I just saved your question.
Yeah. I mean, we can get back to this, Gehrman, on the WhatsApp, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because I know that Justine, she produced a couple of market research bits on the fertilizers. So I think she might have an answer for this one, but that's a good question. Yeah,
we will check that for you with another colleague who is a bit more specialized in that area and get back to you on the oils WhatsApp community. Thanks. Okay, so let's quickly talk the laurics, right? We can start maybe with palm kernel, since we just discussed, palm oil.
Yes, of course. Let me go to prices, lauric oils, and let me go to palm kernel oil, as you suggested. So yeah, as you can see, palm kernel oil prices on the CIF Rotterdam basis declined, and the same was, by the way, the same happened to the FOB Malaysia prices. They declined week over week, I think following relatively weak reaction of the crude palm oil. And I would say that was the key reason. But if palm oil manages to grow this week, which I think could be happening potentially, I think then palm kernel oil could follow. But what's interesting to say about the palm kernel oil, that at the moment the supply of it is good. So overall, of course, a lot of market participants, especially after the POC conference, they expect a lower palm kernel oil production this season. But so far, production and exports from Malaysia and Indonesia have been quite good so far. For example, if we take January plus February production of both countries, because Indonesia hasn't published any production for March yet, so we just take January plus February, Indonesia plus Malaysia, together they produced around 630k versus 480k of palm kernel oil compared to the same period last year. And in March, Malaysia, which already published March numbers, produced good amount. So I would say so far Q1 we see quite good production of palm kernel oil, and exports also look very. I wouldn't say they look very strong, but they look a little bit above Q1 in previous years. So I would say just maybe 10,000 more compared to the Q1 last year. But overall, just wanted to share that even though the supply could be tighter this year, so far Q1 has been good, right? So, but we need to see what will happen further into the season.
Okay, cool. And what about coconut?
Yeah, so coconut, let me go back. Yeah, it's trying to rebound, as you can see, following the soft oils. But overall, we also hear that coconut oil production is improving and exports are improving. But I would say one of the interesting factors to watch, which you mentioned in the beginning, is El Nino, indeed, which could become more clear in May, June. So far, let's say those news related to El Nino, they're quite early. Of course, there are some signals, but meteorological agencies, they say that there will be more clear understanding about El Nino in May, June, basically. But this could be one of the factors impacting coconut production with a lag, of course, and market participants will be watching it. And also, during the summer typhoon season, it will be important to see if there are any damages to the crops. But overall, if we put aside the Middle East crisis this season, there is an expectation of a good coconut production, well above the previous year, basically.
Well, that's good news for our procurement managers. Perfect. Thanks, Gehrman. Maybe I would like to just finish with the last question, which is a bit of your view on an outlook, short term speaking, for the price direction of vegetable oils.
Yeah, so it's basically similar to what we said in previous in the market reports in the previous weeks, that even though peace negotiations between US and Iran, they're not going well, I would say market participants still expect a relatively quick resolution of this conflict. Of course, we don't know, right? It's the war. Nobody can tell. But the sentiment is that the war can end this quarter still. This means everything bearish for commodities this quarter if it does take place. And beyond Q2, there will be various factors impacting vegetable oils. I would say for palm oil in Q3, B50 in Indonesia will be a big one, as well as some of the restrictions on Thai palm oil exports, which are already in place. For rapeseed, it will be harvesting. For sunflower, as we discussed, we'll need to watch Argentinian volumes, and we need to see if they help the food balance anyhow in Europe. For coconut oil, as I said, we will need to be watching for any typhoons and also updates on the biofuel policies, which I forgot to mention when I was answering your coconut question. So I think one of the big factors to watch for coconut oil is the biofuel policies in the Philippines. So Philippines is now thinking maybe whether to either allow biofuel imports into the country to battle high fuel costs, or maybe increase biofuel blending. So depending if they choose one or the other, it will either help the prices to increase or drive the price decrease, right? But we will keep everyone updated in our highlights, weekly highlights.
That are coming now soon. Okay, well, thanks everybody. We are right on time. Thanks Gehrman for the insights, and hope you liked it. If you have questions left, let us know, and otherwise we see each other in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, Maria. Thanks, everyone.
Bye bye.